This is 3 days before 7 days. The seventh day where God rested as everything was complete. And in 3 days, Venus enters Aquarius and Mars goes into retrograde at the same time, which I will not go into, but it's pretty obvious what that is. And that's why it's on the seventh day. It's actually January 7th, December 2. I'm trying to figure something out because I have drained myself completely now. And I have a choice in that, but at the same time I don't. Because when inspiration comes to me, when guidance comes to me telling me do this, it's so strong and I just do it. And it affects me because I am just a spark. I'm just the essential spark of energy, of love right now. I'm so drained. I would not be able to make this if I did not comprehend as to where I am and in understanding of energy and karma. I would never ever be able to handle this. I wouldn't be capable of being around. But I can tell you it's painful. I just want to escape my body. Nothing is fun. I don't care about anything. Food tastes like doesn't taste. Seeing other people is just like, it's nothing. It's just, I wrote a note that was like a beautiful message that I've been keeping in the iPhone case that I just gave away today to somebody beautiful. And I just feel like I've given up. I've emptied myself completely now. And what I try to figure out in regards to that is it's kind of like, the darkness is not mine. I'm not guilty of anything, but they are. My parents. And it's like as long as I accept defeat and don't work for love and truth, they can survive as a leech on the love I give myself, in contrast to the crime against nature and negative energy and resistance that they are actually guilty of. So in this moment where I have given it my all and emptied myself as of where we are right before the pivot, is giving the darkness acknowledgement by stripping it of love completely. That makes sense. But as I allow for it, still in love within me, with the spark I have, resting assured, knowing that it's going to be a positive thing for me. It's going to be a breakthrough for me. That darkness will now rise in them and giving them a breakdown. They can have a breakthrough if they decide to have a breakthrough, which is being humble before God. But nonetheless, they will burn in hell fire as truth won't die. I will not give up. I know what's going on. I understand it all. I feel the death. I feel the dying of the darkness. The darkness mourns itself, which is the ego. The ego mourns itself. The true self feels satisfied and goes to sleep, as in the human experience. I've done good for myself. I've lived a good life. Goodbye. That's how a true self dies. A false self dies in pain, agony, fire, demons. Well deserving, because they have not been humble, doing the greatest crime against love, both of them, holding on to the justification that they haven't, not being humble before God, which makes them project all of that on me, which becomes blaming me for it. Both of them. It's like the height of immaturity, immorality, and lack of comprehension regarding life and existence and love and everything. So I made an art piece today that sums this up pretty good. And in that art piece, I did a dark star and a light star. And the light star, in regards to the challenge based upon the biggest crime against that star from both parents, which is masculine and feminine, becoming the greatest resistance you can ever have. I wrote under the light star, perhaps the last life, last reincarnation. And the dark stars, the immature, not comprehending shit, are probably having their first life experience, their first human experience. That makes sense. It's all energy. And I wrote in the middle of the art piece, someone has to pay. The universe is imperfection, where truth and lie are in contrast to each other as light and dark, as giving, as taking, as success or defeat, as gain or loss. And the score is no score at all. It's more about credit, and the credit is always supposed to go to what gives, which is God, love. So I know I am. They think I am, but don't feel it, as they are not true to love. And love does not need to think, it just knows. So that's it. But boy, my heart is burning. And everything is stale. Have you seen The Langoliers by Stephen King? When everything is like a vacuum, everything stands still. Nothing really lives. That's where I am right now. I could really use a hug. If somebody feels like, oh my God, if makes that into sex right now, then let me tell you this. I need love. If I have sex right now, I die. For sure. Because I will be giving away my spark and I will die. That's how low I am right now. Because I have given it my all. It, the mind, the darkness, the ego projected. They are gonna pay. It's not like I am vindictive and wish that I don't care actually. I just want everybody to be free and to just move on. But nature is self-correcting and everything is about a greater good. And a greater good cannot come without comprehension, without understanding. So they need to become aware of what they are actually maintaining and doing, or else they will not learn. And that's why we're here. To learn more about what love is. So what's going to happen to those two, I have no idea. I don't even know where they are. Maybe they're both in a hospital bed. I don't know. Maybe one is lying at home with intense inflammation and fever and just thinking that, oh, I must have caught the flu. And maybe one is at the hospital seeking medical attention because they believe they are having a heart attack. But they are so with their head up their own ass that they do not understand shit. If they did understand, they would come to forgiveness. That's just how it is. But they refuse. Why are they refusing? It's freedom. Why are they refusing? Because of fear. Because of fear of judgment. But the only judgment at the core of our being is self-judgment, which is in relation to self. So judging self becomes the dark star. And freeing, understanding, and forgiving yourself rids yourself of judgment and becomes the star. Clear perception of self, true image, as in contrast to false image self. Because the false self-image is material and the true self-image is spiritual. I can't record anymore now, I'm too tired. I love you.